morning. Welcome to this week's market outlook. So friends, I have Nifty chart in front of me. Last week we had discussed that we are expecting that markets will take a pause here. I think so we were somewhere here, and market actually did take a pause near about 16,250 to 70 kind of level, and from there we saw a pullback. Our first target was 16,000. That came about easily, and but overall market went down all the way towards 15,850 kind of level, and from where we have seen a bounce of almost 200 points. Now on Friday we had a positive candle, so there was an attempt of to push the market on the higher side, and at which institutions have succeeded, and market have given a close above 16,000. So what next? One thing, I am still considering this to be a corrective rise. We have made an important bottom near 15,180, but overall this rally is considered as corrective rise, and corrective rises can go anywhere. We were expecting this levels to come, and gradually they have come. Now we have to see where the markets are headed. So first thing first, as long as we are inside this range, anywhere between 16,270, or I would take liberty and consider 16,300 on the higher side to be an important level, and 15,850 on the lower side to be an important level broadly. And if the market gives an up move from here, some kind of up move, if we see on Monday morning, because SGX Nifty so far is suggesting a higher opening, then first resistance will be again near recent highs, that is anywhere between 16,200 to 16,250 kind of level. Um, if there is a gap up and a sharp up move, then immediately it may not be possible to trade, and then in that case we have to see that whether markets are able to breach these levels of 16,300. So I will just put 16,300 also as a level. So if markets are able to sustain about 16,300 kind of level, then only some kind of a no kind of a further up move which can come, and we can see some momentum also. It is possible that market may again face resistance near about these zones, and again starts trading on the lower side. If we go a little no on the lower time frame on hourly, so we see that there is immediate short resistance is it near about 16,050 70 kind of level. So if market start rising, then first we'll see that if it is trading about 16,100 in the short term, or for intraday or swing trade, there might be long trade. Otherwise, if market gaps up, then there might not be immediate long trade, and rather intraday there might be short trades also. Because we cannot just go by SGX Nifty closing on Friday. We have to see what is happening on Monday morning in SGX Nifty, plus as well as how our markets open. So broadly, I think this is the conclusion for Nifty, that uh, the resistance will be near about 16,200 to 250 zone, and support will come at 15,850 zone. In between we will see some move. If markets wants to go up, if as we all are kind of expecting that there is a strength in the market, a significant bottom is made here, and in the short term we may rally, then we need to move past 16,300 levels. So maybe I can jot down level for you. The 16,300 levels needs to be crossed. Okay, that would be our Lakshman Rekha for any meaningful rally on the upside. Otherwise, the moves will keep coming in on an intraday basis. If market is able to go and sustain about this level, then only we see higher levels, maybe towards 16,500 and above. A very short term, if we go to 15-minute chart, again as we discussed in the hourly chart, that is the only trade I can see uh, on the higher side. And if there is a gap up, then immediately they may not be trade tomorrow, and we have to wait for further clues from the market. Just I will quickly check the Fibonacci retracement levels also. So the last week's down move is being retraced right now, and now we have important level to watch is 16,115 odd levels. So if markets are actually starts trading above these levels, then there will be a quick trade, or then short term long position can be taken for higher levels of 16 or 200 to 250 kind of level, if there is a good entry opportunity and good setup here. Uh, uh, Quickly we'll check weekly time frame also. Okay, and I will hide these levels. So as you see, last week we had a doji kind of an inside candle. Before that week we saw a sharp up move, and we have a strong bullish candle. And overall, we are seeing some short-term bullishness at this level. But last week we have seen a pause, at least some down move, from where we again saw a push on the higher side. So this is an inside candle. So as we saw on other time frames also, we need to move past these levels, and then only the higher levels of this candle, which is around 270, and that is why, to be on safer side, I have taken a level of 16,300 to be an important resistance. And if we move higher, then only immediately we may move towards 16,450, where 20 EMA is placed. And if we are able to move past those levels, then we see higher levels which can extend up to 16,700, 800. Now this is a bullish scenario. It may materialize and it may not. You know that how the markets are behaving nowadays. It seems that there is an upside potential, but then again market goes down. Now on an immediate basis, uh, what we'll see that we don't want this the last Friday's candle low to be breached. If the candle last Friday's candle low of 5930 is breached, okay, then we will see sharp fall also. Okay, we may see sharp fall if 5930 is breached. So 5930 on the lower side is an important zone to consider. Immediate on the upside, 16100, if that is move cross easily, we will again see recent high to be retested, and only above 16300 some meaningful up move can come. So that's it about Nifty. Let us quickly move to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty also saw a pullback last week, and it has taken support near about 34,450 to 500 zone, where some support is placed. The Friday daily candle on Friday is doji, so some it indicates some pause. Quickly we will look at weekly chart also. So in weekly chart also, here also we saw a very sharp up move on the previous week, but last week it was range bound. It tried to move on the upper side. Bank Nifty in the early part of the week was bullish. 35,500 level was tested, but from there we saw some good sell off, and it has closed on the lower side, and the body inside. So this is also an inside candle. So from that point of view, some bullishness may be left, but we have to see that whether it materializes or not. So here levels are very simple. We want the highs of this candle to be closed. Actually, sorry, I will take a little on the higher side. And for any good bullishness, we want 35,500, 550 kind of levels to be broken, and markets moving on the higher side. Then only immediately we will see levels of 36,000, and if momentum continues, higher levels also possible. And otherwise, the levels of 34,500 roughly around is important on the lower side. So we don't want that to be breached easily, uh, for some bullish hopes to be continued. Overall, I think Bank Nifty has given good rally on the upside from the loss of 32 to 50. to 35,550. So 3000 plus point moves have been already achieved. Last week we saw some retracement, but its retracement is a little lower than Nifty, and we'll just look at lower time frame. There also the same levels, and we just want to check that how Fibonacci levels are panning out. So Bank Nifty didn't see a as good a pullback on Friday as Bank Nifty. So here I think the higher levels to watch are 34,875 and 35 kind of levels. So if there is some bullishness tomorrow morning or day after, then first we will test those levels of 34,850 to 75 and 35,000. 30 as long as 35 130 level is not breached, we'll just consider this to be a no pullback in this down move, and then down move can again resume. It may be possible that we may not see much higher levels in the Bank Nifty, and reason being, tomorrow we are going to see the result reaction of HDFC Bank. Now won't comment on how the results are, but they look just about okay. On the profitability side and no business growth side, they are okay, but on the as far as NPAs are concerned, there is a mild increase in NPA, and provisioning, gross NPA and net NPA both have seen some increase. So slippages are on the higher side in the current market, where we are going through tough economic conditions, and uh, things are not looking very rosy. Markets generally focus more on negatives and on positives. So let us quickly look at, I don't have many stocks to discuss right now. What we will do is we'll discuss stocks now only if we have really good trading setup coming. Positional trading setups are there. If there are good positional trading setups, then only we will discuss stocks. Otherwise we'll just skip it. So this is the chart of HDFC Bank. We have seen that 1283 1300 kind of level is acting as a good support for quite some time. It has not fallen below that, and from there we are expecting rally in HDFC Bank, and it has come about. But from 1400 to 1420 levels, it is always facing resistance and falling on the downside. So now you have a very clear picture here. uh, Let me draw a box so that it becomes very easy. So we have clear picture here that we want this resistance to be cleared. If HDFC Bank has made a significant bottom, and we are going to see a rally here, okay, we have HDFC Bank needs to clear 1400 1420 zone. If it is not cleared, then it may keep moving here and there again face resistance and go down. And on the lower side, we want 1300 to 1280 to 1300 level to be protected. So 1400 1420 on the higher side, and 1280 1300 on the lower side. These two levels are important for HDFC Bank. In between, it can do a lot of things, go sideways, do volatile moves and all that. Results reactions generally create some volatility, at least for few days, and so that may come. But then it needs to clear either level to give us further clue. So that is it, friends. Today, I don't have any no kind of eye-popping setup in any stocks, be on the long side or short side. So I'm not covering those stocks today because unnecessary video becomes very long. Only quickly we'll look at oil. So as we were expecting, the oil prices have fallen towards no below 100, and right now also they are hovering near 100. Now some important supports are placed near 95 to 100 kind of zone, What we want to see is oil prices doesn't move sharply on the upside. As long as it stabilizes here for some time and hopefully then breaches this lower level and comes towards 90-85 kind of zone, then it will be considered a very good positive for the market. So easing all prices, we have seen that commodity prices are already easing. In the FMCG space, we have seen sharp up move because the palm oil, which is one of the major ingredient, and its prices have shot up sharply few months back, but now they have corrected also significantly. So this kind of positives, along with kind of some help from the government, will keep the market near about no these levels of 15,000, 16,000 gone, and we may not fall sharply. If some further negative comes, then we don't know. But right now we will also not go gung ho about on the higher side. Only if the important levels are breached and markets are able to sustain, then we will go. As we have no seen that FIs are keep coming back. So on Friday again they sold some 1600 crores of share. They were quite silent in the early part of the week, but institutional activity was very low. So this market was rising on thin volume. If selling comes again, then we don't know. This is a earnings heavy month, so a lot of earnings keeps coming. At TCS we saw now we have now we have Infi and other IT stocks. HDFC Bank has come, and now we will see results of other heavyweight banks. Then Reliance will come, and so market will be busy watching and reacting to this earnings. So just keep that in mind and design your trading strategies accordingly. If some good setup positional or swing comes during the week, I will update that on the channel. So not discussing stocks right now and keeping the video short. If you have been, thanks for watching. Standard disclaimer: this is just for learning purpose and not an advice to trade or invest.